Welcome back, students, to Kinesiology 120, Concepts of Wellness. Today we'll be talking about weight control and issues in obesity. Obesity is a complex disease involving excess amount of body fat. It's not just a cosmetic or an appearance concern, it's a huge medical issue. People who are overweight or obese face a lot of health complications, negative consequences, and negative results. In fact, being overweight or obese increases a person's risk for many diseases and health conditions. Unfortunately, obesity rates in the United States is rising. And with that statistic in mind comes some staggering costs, some medical bills for the need to seek medical attention due to obese-related diseases. More than 1/3 of adults in the United States are obese. In the United States, 37% of adults are obese, and another 33% of American adults are overweight. In all, more than 2/3 of adults, all adults in the United States, are overweight or obese. Obesity affects 1 in 6 children in the United States. Around 17% of American children ages 2 to 19 are obese. That's more than 13 million American children. 1 in 8 preschoolers is obese. The good news is obesity rates among preschool children have been falling in recent years. Number 3, obesity is linked to more than 60 chronic diseases. If you are overweight or obese, your risk for dozens of diseases and conditions is much higher, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, cancer, and many more that we'll discuss later. Number 4, overweight children are more likely to become overweight adults. Children who are overweight or obese are 5 times more likely to be obese or overweight as an adult. This can increase their risk for many chronic diseases and health complications from adolescence to elderly age. Number 5, your waist size increases your risk for diabetes. Researchers found that men with waist circumferences in the highest 10% of measurements were 20 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than men whose waist circumferences fell in the lowest 10%. Also, waist measurements may help predict which people with a low or normal weight are more likely to develop diabetes. Number 6, obesity causes more deaths than being underweight. Globally, obesity is one of the top 5 leading causes of death. It causes more than 2.8 million each year. The other 4 leading causes of death are high blood pressure, tobacco use, high blood glucose, and physical inactivity. Number 7, obesity is costly. We talked about the health bills. Obesity costs Americans $147 billion each year. People who are obese pay more out of pocket than people who are not. In fact, the medical costs for people with obesity are over $1,400 higher each year than those of people who are of normal weight. Number 8, your ethnicity can affect your likelihood of obesity. Your ethnicity may impact your risk for obesity. Almost half of non-Hispanic blacks have obesity. They're followed by Hispanics with 43%, non-Hispanic whites with 36% of the population being obese, and non-Hispanic Asians at 13%. Number 9, obesity is most common in middle age. Adults between the ages of 40 and 59 are more likely to be obese. In fact, more than 40% of adults between the ages during these ages are obese. That's a lot. Another 1/3 of adults ages 60 and above are obese. And another 1/3 of adults between the ages of 20 to 39 are obese. Number 10, older women are more likely to be obese than older men. Men are more likely to be overweight than women, but 40% of American women are obese. Meanwhile, only 35% of American men are obese. Number 11, all states have obesity rates over 20%. As of 2017, all 50 states had an obesity rate over 20%. Just 2 decades ago, no state had a rate above 15%. Number 12, the South has the highest obesity rates. 5 states in the Deep South have an obesity rate over 35%. Socioeconomic factors threaten families' health and their livelihood. Fast food is cheaper and more accessible than, say, fresh food from a grocery store. Families don't have the time or resources to exercise and enjoy a healthy lifestyle. They don't make healthy choices. And in addition, a majority of the favorite foods in the South are deep fat fried. They taste incredible, but it's not good for your body. 13, Colorado has the lowest obesity rates. Just 22% of the people in the state of Colorado are obese. Coloradoans generally have a higher education level and a lower poverty rate. They have the resources to enjoy a healthy lifestyle. They eat better, they eat well, they make better choices, they don't fall to abusive behaviors such as drinking and smoking, and they're active. The Rocky Mountains offers a huge playground for people that love the outdoors, hiking. Over 80% of Coloradoans say that they're physically active and take the time to care for their body. Number 14, Americans are eating more calories than before. Today, Americans eat 23% more calories than we did in 1970. That can really add up. One of the leading causes of overweight and obesity is an imbalance of calories. When you eat more than you burn, your body stores that extra energy as fat. And over time, those pounds can begin to pile on. Number 15, obese individuals miss more work. People who are overweight or obese miss about 56% more work days than people of normal weight. While normal weight employees miss an average of 3 days per year, overweight and obese individuals miss approximately 2 additional days. Now, you're just not born obese, it just doesn't happen overnight. Creeping obesity is a gradual increase in weight. It's a phenomenon that occurs to many people as they age from their mid-30s through their mid-50s. Poor food choices paired with less exercise is the perfect recipe for accumulation of unwanted body fat. Now, this can be prevented by eating healthy, fighting off cravings for junk food, and a moderate exercise program 2 to 3 times per week. As a parent of 3, I'm always concerned about the health and wellness of my children. 2 of the top 10 concerns of parents, 2 health concerns, not eating healthy and not getting enough exercise, number 2 and 3. That ranks up there very high as something that every parent is concerned about. Parents worry about their kids daily, hoping that they don't get hurt or get into trouble. Parents have the responsibility of teaching their kids to make good decisions with what foods they choose and what some of the leisure activities that they participate in. Unfortunately, this always doesn't happen. If the parent does not make good decisions themselves, then their children are more likely to fall astray down that same unfortunate path to obesity. Links to obesity genetically. Science shows that genetics play a major role in obesity. More commonly, people who have obesity have multiple genes that predispose them to gain excess weight. One such gene is the fat mass and obesity associated gene FTO, which is found in about 43% of the population. However, genes do not always predict future health. Behavior plays a big part in whether a person is healthy or not. Psychologically, if you've grown up using food to cope with life problems, you will more than likely continue to use food as a comfort until you can find another way to cope with daily challenges. Comfort food initially makes you feel better, but in the long run, you can pack on the pounds and develop even bigger health issues that you have to deal with. The next time you are hungry, try to determine whether that hunger is coming from your head or your stomach. If it is coming from your head, it would suggest that you're using food to cope with things like boredom, anxiety, stress, confusion, frustration, love, anger. You get the point. It's time to pinpoint those situations so that you can alter using food and come up with other ways to cope with stressful situations. Trying to find an alternative way of coping is hard, but important. Brainstorm other things that you can do besides eating and write them down. Go through your list and pick out one or two ideas that might actually work for you. The next time you grab for food, try the alternative. Socially, you might feel peer pressure to do what everybody else wants to do, eat what everybody else wants to eat, hang out, play video games, and live a sedentary lifestyle. A lack of exercise due to sedentary activities leads to obesity. Environmental. Convenience and cost-effective fast food places are easy and available. Socioeconomic circumstances, not having the funds, making that dollar go a lot further. Ethnicity and race, as well as your education level, have an impact on obesity. A few other factors that are links to obesity are disease and drugs. Some diseases have a side effect of gaining weight. Drugs, prednisone, for example, uses to help lower inflammation. What it does, it's just going by personal experience. I was on prednisone and I wanted to eat everything in sight. If it wasn't nailed down, I wanted to eat it. And those are some things, if you're on those for prolonged periods of time, the pounds can creep up on you and play havoc. Cycle of obesity. The cycle of obesity is an informative way to understand how someone develops obesity. For example, it can start in adolescence by eating high fatty foods, playing video games, prompting a sedentary lifestyle, not getting enough exercise, playing outside, playing with friends, running around, just being active. And you add in sugary foods, isolation, and excessive television or computer time, and then before you know it, you're on your way to being moderately obese. Continued inactivity leads to fatigue and health concerns, embarrassment by teasing and feeling insecure. This leads to depression. Major health concerns will develop, such as cardiovascular disease, and this will ultimately put more stress on your life with increase of medical bills. These are some of the other contributing factors of obesity. Poor food selections, lack of exercise. It's common sense. If you don't move your body, you're not gonna feel good. You're not gonna feel strong. Increased portion sizes, supersize. Everybody wants big is better. Stress, we eat to cope with problems. Additional facilitating factors of obesity is family behavior. There could be a pattern, the way the family eats, what they do. Peer pressure, we talked about. Depression, eating and coping. Low self-esteem falls underneath that as well. You eat to make yourself feel better. Food selections. Humans are influenced by the choices that we make daily, including what we eat. We base our meals on how we're feeling and by how the food smells, looks, or tastes. We choose for convenience and readily available. We are also influenced by advertising, economic, and just our general lifestyle. We eat for emotional reasons. Whatever food, or whatever mood or feelings are going on in your head that moment, that's what you tend to go to. Food, the appearance, the flavor, does it taste good? Does it smell good? And you know from your past that it does, and you eat and don't pay attention to the consequences of eating high fatty foods. We are also through exposure of advertising on TV, on different websites, radio, whatever it might be. We're influenced to make those decisions to eat the foods that aren't good for us. Okay. Fats. Avoid the hidden fats. Excuse me. Obvious fats that are visible to us include margarine, oils, lard, shortening, salad dressings, and meat fats. The hidden fats that we don't always recognize are the fats that are used in cooking or baking processes like animal products, milk, dairy, fried foods, pastries, and baked sweets. Like those donuts in the picture look amazing. They're just not healthy. Portion distortion, making a difference in our diets. Bigger is better. Over the past 25 to 30 years, there has been a gradual increase in the portion sizes that we can choose from, changing our view on how much we eat. I got some examples we're going to show you. 15 years ago, turkey sandwich was 320 calories. Today it's bigger and better and not as healthy. 820 calories for a turkey sandwich. 15 years ago, chicken Caesar salad was only 1.5 cups per serving. Today, we're serving 3 cups and it's almost 800 calories, more than doubled. Cheesecake, 3 ounce, 260 calories. Okay, doable. Today, we double it, 6 ounces and nearly 2.5 times higher caloric intake with that slice of cheesecake. Slice of pizza, 2 slices of pizza, 2 small slices, 500 calories. Today, nope, you go to Costco and get their 2 slices, bang, it's 850 calories or more. Bigger is always not better. Cheeseburger, 320 calories for a cheeseburger. Today, bigger burgers, bigger bun, more sauces, 600 calories. Bigger is not always better. Things you can do to control the portions: downsize the dinner, use a smaller plate, resist the upsize offer, say goodbye to buffets, keep it to 1 plate, don't go back for seconds, say yes to salads, vegetables, and fruits. Food choice recommendations: consume a variety of foods within the pyramid. We've all grown up looking at the pyramid of dairy, meats, carbohydrates, fruits and vegetables. Make it balanced and in moderation, and use a variety so it's not the same thing every time. The basics to controlling your weight. Excuse me. Self-discipline is everything. You can conquer your fears and anything in the world if you put your mind to it. Eat less. Some of these are just obvious. Increase physical activity. That's nothing new, okay? Change eating behaviors. Those 3 things is basically a lifestyle change. And it's just not something for the short period. It's for the long haul. Something you need to do is make that lifestyle change and create lifestyle habits that make you healthier. 3 principles. Eat only substances that was created for food. This is what God intended. In Genesis, he said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. This will be yours for food. Eat foods as they were created, and don't let any food or drink become your God. Don't fall into a habit of making poor choices be your ruler. Okay, so tackling obesity. How do we change our lifestyles from destructive to constructive? Number one, state the goal. Okay, I want to lose fat, create more lean muscle. This is a good way to start. I want to lose fat and create more lean muscle. Researchers have determined that combining exercise and caloric reduction is the healthiest and most sustainable path to weight loss. It's more realistic and achievable. And I think the word that stands out in that last sentence was sustainable. It's something that's going to go with you for the rest of your life if you're able to make that lifestyle change. However, there are many individuals that try and maintain their weight by dieting. Fad diets are not the answer. Two diet approaches that requires the dieter to avoid or greatly limit certain types of foods are the Atkins diet and the Ornish diet. Now, the Atkins diet is high in protein and saturated fat and restricts all carbohydrates. No breads, no noodles. The positive factor is that one feels full or satisfied quickly, so they consume less calories. However, the Atkins diet contains low levels of antioxidants and may promote osteoporosis and atherosclerosis. The Ornish diet relies largely on carbohydrate and only includes minimal amounts of animal protein. Growing evidence suggests, though, that a diet containing moderate amounts of beneficial fat and protein, such as skinless poultry, fish, eggs, or lean cuts of red meat, cooked slowly, is a part of a healthy diet. Another concept that may help improve your health is the hunter-gatherer diet and lifestyle. Hunter-gatherer diet and lifestyle. Fundamentals of this concept is to eat whole, natural, fresh foods and avoid processed foods. Consume a high diet of fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, and low refined grains and sugars. Increase consumption of omega-3 fatty acids from fish, fish oil, and plant sources. Increase consumption of lean proteins such as skinless poultry, fish, and game meats, and lean cuts of red meat. You incorporate olive oil and canola oil in the diet. Avoid high-fat dairy and fatty, salty processed meats such as bacon, sausage, and deli meats. Drink an adequate amount of water and participate in daily exercise activities incorporating aerobic and strength training and stretching exercises. Outdoor exercises are recommended. Okay, attacking obesity. Step 2, assess the present lifestyle. Evaluate your current lifestyle. What's working? What isn't? What am I doing versus what is recommended? Incorporate fitness in fun ways. Skip the elevator, take the stairs. Park in the farthest parking space. Walk, do anything to get your body moving. Step 3, designing a specific plan. Write out specific components of your plan in a positive way and make them work. Revisit your plan from time to time to see where you are struggling and where you are succeeding. Revise your plan if needed to help attain your goals. Step 4, predict obstacles. Become more self-aware and accepting personal responsibility for your actions. Obstacles may include celebrations, parties, trips, lack of discipline, unhealthy food that's easily accessible, and stress, meaning you don't have access to your normal routine. You need to plan for that and plan for ways to keep up your lifestyle, keep up your plan. Even if it's on a road at a hotel, get out and walk. You can still eat healthy, get into the gym. Food is meant to nourish, not celebrate your psychological or your emotional cravings. Number 5, plan intervention strategies. Making a permanent lifestyle change requires a great deal of time, motivation, and commitment. For that reason, relapse is a formidable risk, especially in the beginning. It's not easy to make permanent lifestyle changes. Try and avoid quick fixes for decreasing weight, such as smoking, dieting, vomiting, and laxatives. Go for the quick fix. It's tempting, but it will hurt your health more than help it. Assess compliance with the plan. Focus on the changes that you have made in your lifestyle. The scale is the easiest way for weight loss, easiest measurement for weight loss. Research indicates that the weight scale is still a useful accountability tool for those that are overweight and seeking to lose some weight. However, weighing can be a problem for those who are not overweight. The scale will encourage them to weigh less and less when they should be weighing more. The scale can become a weapon of bodily destruction, not an aid toward physical wellness. Weight can fluctuate daily, so it is better to reassess in 2 to 3 months from the start of your plan. Don't be afraid to celebrate your successes. Reward yourself for your efforts, but if you aren't seeing major improvements in your results, you need to adjust your plan. The good news is that obesity is preventable. A healthy diet and regular exercise can go a long way to help you reach and maintain a healthy weight. Otherwise, the realities of carrying around excess weight can start to creep up on you and take their toll on vital body organs, leading to chronic, hurtful diseases like heart disease, diabetes, depression, cancer, stroke, and even death can be the result if you don't choose wisely at the dinner table and get your body moving. Make the change now. Choose to eat healthier. Choose to be active and exercise more. You are in control, and it's up to you. That's it for today. Looking forward to the next video PowerPoint. See you soon. Thank you.